Hi, I want to look at two terms that relate to the ending of Araby, and the terms are epiphany, that is a recognition on the part of the character narrator about a change in his attitude toward love, and the second term is irony. And irony is a difficult term to understand. So let's take a look here at the beginning of the story. In this point, the boy has just arrived at the bazaar, and he is trying to find a present, a love token for Mangan's sister with whom he is in love. So he arrives right on his task. He wants to come and find that present. And he finds instead a couple of Englishmen and a young lady talking and laughing together. It may not be obvious to us because we have such a different view of sexuality, but this is a pretty sexy dialogue. They're flirting with each other, and this is a different idea about love than the one he brings, the chaste and pure and knightly love that he has for Mangan's sister. So at the end of that conversation, he notes that the young lady came over and asked me, did I wish to buy something? And the tone of her voice was not encouraging. And he changes his mind suddenly at that point, and he says, no, thank you. The young lady goes back to the young men, and their flirtation and banter continue. And here's the most important point in the story. It is the climax of the story, if you are following on your story cards for plot. He recognizes something. I lingered before her stall, though I knew my stay was useless, to make my interest in her wares seem the more real. Then I turned away slowly and walked down the middle of the bazaar. I allowed the 2 pennies to fall against the 6pence in my pocket. I heard a voice call from one end of the gallery that the light was out. The upper part of the hall was now completely dark. Those of you who are looking for symbolism in this story, he has walked into the dark, literally. He is in a dark, empty hall. He is alone, and his task in going there was to find a love token for Mangan's sister. So here's the epiphany. Gazing up into the darkness, I saw myself as a creature driven and derided by vanity, and my eyes burned with anguish and anger. Okay, so think about this. What does he recognize there? Does he recognize that he didn't have a chance with Mangan's sister, that it was a futile kind of love, a love at first sight, a love from a distance, a naive kind of love, and that he was previously clueless. He didn't understand that she wouldn't even look at him as a potential boyfriend. So that's the irony. The irony takes us from what the boy originally thought, that is, that this fine idea of romantic love, to an idea of love as it really exists in the world. And that irony leads us to his epiphany, his recognition that he didn't stand any chance at all with Mangan's sister. I hope that helped.